Hello, welcome back to Mia Handcrafted. I'm a candle and soap maker here in the Pacific Northwest in Portland, Oregon. And we did soaps last time, so we're gonna do candles today. And if so far you're liking the content, if you could do us a favor and like the video and also subscribe, that can help our new channel to grow. So we're gonna be doing some peppermint sugar cookie candles. I am normally not a bakery candle fan. I don't like things that are super sweet, but if it tends to be bakery or gourmand and also kind of leaning towards minty or spiced, then I let it happen. Peppermint Sugar Cookie sold out for us last year at multiple markets. I just constantly was repouring it. It's a great scent. It's good for most homes. I think it's a scent that a lot of people will gravitate towards in the holiday season anyway. And today we have this jar. This is the Brambleberry white ceramic small jar. I have about 20 of these vessels. So I'm gonna be using them for this and one other scent for the small size, and I have some larger ones. I got them off of a de-stash group on Facebook. So if you're looking to sample out jars, that might be a good place to look and see if there's something that you could just kind of try out at a discount, or with shipping sometimes it's not necessarily a discount, but perfect for the holiday season. So going to get some candles poured today. They come very well packaged. This is the box that they come in, and then they have foam packaging. So if I was going to be sending a large amount of them or also transporting them for holiday markets and things like that, this is going to come in really handy because they can very easily be stacked in bins without worrying about breaking my pretty vessels. This has other characteristics to it and add a lot of complexity for a gourmand fragrance. That's one of the reasons why I really like it. So the blend that I'm using today is 60% of peppermint and 40% of sugar cookie royale, and these are from Midwest Fragrance Company, and these are vegan, cruelty-free, phthalate-free, and also no Prop 65 reporting requirement, so it passes the clean scent test for us. So we're going to be using those. You could do a little bit more peppermint or a little more cookie depending on what you prefer, but for reasons which I already explained, we're going to go a little bit stronger on the mint. My wax is my own blend of cocoa soy with a little bit of RSPO palm oil to give it a little bit more density and firmness, give me a better chance that it's not going to melt everywhere when I ship my candles. If you're going to use palm wax in your candles, just try and make sure that you're getting it from a supplier that can assure you that it is RSPO palm. That's our recommendation. We don't use palm oil in any of our products unless we can be sure that it's sustainably farmed. There's a lot of opinions on palm for or against. We use it in small amounts and also just want to make sure that it's sustainably sourced and organic. Palm done right is what a local soap maker calls it, and I really like that stance over complete boycott, which also can harm communities. So that's our stance on the matter. Anyway, we have tried a lot of different wicks as we have transitioned from like fully soy into the cocoa soy, and then adding some different blends together to get our Neo wax is what I call it. This is our perfect blend that we're super happy with. The best wick that we have found that works well with our wax are CDN wicks, and I get mine from Northwood. We do have a local supplier that does CD wicks, but I have found that the CD wicks mushroom a little bit more in this blend of wax. The CDN wicks in our coconut wax candles, our blend, tend to have a really nice lotus flame, and they don't have that big sooty mushroom at the end of the burn, which I don't know, it's a little unattractive to me, and it's a it's supposed to be helping to self-trim the wick, even though you still have to trim your wicks, people. Please trim your wicks. For this particular jar, for the Brambleberry white small ceramic jar, we are using a CDN wick, which passed all of our wick testing and was perfect for this jar. I tell you that because I think that it could be a good jumping off place for you. I don't think that you should run out and buy a CDN 10 wick if this is the jar that you're working at, because knowing the likelihood of you using exactly the same percentages and exactly the same cocoa or soy wax, of which there are so many that have additives and just all the things. If your blend contains 55+% coconut wax, then that could be a good jumping off point for that size jar. But for me, that's what worked with this fragrance oil. Remember, every time you change a vessel, every time you change a fragrance oil, if you decide to add a little bit or take a little bit away in your wax blends, you need to retest it to make sure you have a safely burning candle. So let's get pouring. Okay, we are a little cluttered, but this is an active workspace, so I've got a reusable microfiber cloth. And I'm just gonna clean these out with isopropyl alcohol. I get these from the Dollar Tree in like a 3-pack, and I use them for exactly this purpose. Because they're ceramic, you just have to make sure that they're really dry before you pop your wick stickers on there. I have gotten my wick stickers locally from Shane Company. I've gotten them from Candle Solutions down in Eugene. I believe I've gotten them from Candle Signs from Amazon. So I haven't really run awry like with wicks falling over. I do try and make sure that they're nice and tight and secure. But the other thing is making sure that there's no debris, even though these are clean. And just from the package, there is dust that comes from packing and shipping and moving things around. And so we make sure that they're all the way done. So I'm gonna do 10. I already have my wax melting down, and I have one of these spatulas that I may have shown you before, but it shows your degrees in Celsius and Fahrenheit, and we're at 208, which is exactly where I like to be for my coconut wax. So I'll start with the driest ones first. Like I said, these are my CDN wicks. I don't use hot glue because I find that after you get it on there, it's really hard to move. It's really hard to repurpose your vessels. Once you have hot glue in there, it's just really hard to get off, which is great for a wick, but not so eco-friendly. But I kind of don't like using this plastic. Now, one thing, I'm not super great at symmetry. Another reason why, because if this was off center, then I could move it. But one tip that I learned was that you should get right above the jar so that you're looking down center, and then it's easier to get it centered. Don't use any centering devices. I have thought about it. If you have ones that you like, let me know in the comment section below, and then I can check them out. I like to wick them all first and then add my centering rods so I can stir it one mess at a time. I feel like all of the content that you see is like sped up these days. So this is how long it takes your candle maker to do all of this pouring and everything. There are pros and cons to white jars. They are so clean looking and beautiful, and they're really nice for the holidays. And you can put them in almost any room. I feel like they won't clash with the design if you go with white or black. One thing I don't like is like when you're going to like light the candle and it's going deep in there, then it leaves a black mark on the inside, which you wouldn't see if it was a darker color. That's one con. The other thing about these, the gasket goes a little bit deep, and so I couldn't use wooden wicks. Also, they got really hot with most of the fragrance oils that I tested for that size, even with the 2. Like I went from like a 3, I don't know, I went down like 3 different sizes by pulling off the boosters, and I was like, no, not gonna do that. We're just gonna switch back to cotton wicks. And then these, sometimes this gets a little off center. This gasket, which is not my favorite thing. But other than that, they're very pretty when they're burning. Very nice aesthetic for the holidays. They take a really pretty video for us who have to create content also, which is a lot of people I think watching this are small business owners. So as far as wick clips, I love these bow tie ones. You can put them down and set them right in the center. I've also like used them the other way. I think this is the way that they're supposed to be. And then I set them this way so that I can just pour right into it. when you get into like the 12s or the 14s, they are harder to fit in that little groove. Always save your wick clippings. I think that like a year or two ago, there was like wick shortages and nobody could find what they were looking for. But that is a whole candle. That's a whole other candle, my friend. So all you need is the tabs. So I have some of those. I have not had to tab any yet, but I think that's going to be a project for like the quieter months when I'm not doing much, is just to tab some of the ones that I use a lot, like the 10s, 12s, 8, 10, 12, and 14, or like the size vessels that I have. When you're trimming those wicks, I have these wick trimmers. They're super fancy. I have them out to remind myself to talk about it. I don't like these for cotton wicks. When you're using these cotton vegetable coated wax wicks, they just get gummy. They're not super sharp. I mean, I've only had this pair, I don't know, not even a year. So it's really great for wooden wicks and getting down into like deep jars. But honestly, when I'm burning candles, I just pinch off the soot with my finger. So I use trauma shears. They are only a few bucks, either from your local medical supply / scrub shop or Amazon if you must. Makes it easy. So this is my setup. The wax melter is on an upper level and then can be poured right into here. Be careful, this is the part that gets hot. And I'm gonna turn it. When I was moving things around, see, I messed it up. We're going to do 35 total ounces and 1.9 fragrance oil, 1.9 ounces of for holding the camera. I mean, I've got one of those goosenecks, which I kind of hate. Now I'm just going to pour right into it. If you took my candle class, you know this is the time where I am pouring, saying my intentions. You can say it out loud. You can say it in your heart, and I usually just make a prayer or meditation or figure for the person that's going to be burning this candle, that it burns nice and safe and bright and brings comfort and warmth and contentment, and that then radiates to their other members of their home and family and community, and by extension us, and hopefully that they love it so much that they come back for more. Has a little bit of a golden appearance to it. I use a combo of Avery and Canva so that I can design my labels. I highly recommend using a waterproof or glossy type over the matte. I have used those before to save a little bit of money, but ended up losing it in the end because I've seen smudging, fading, and smearing on those. So definitely have done better with the waterproof type. These candles will be available October 15th. I highly recommend that you try it out if you are a candle maker. It was a very popular holiday scent for me, and I've only had compliments and rave reviews from Midwest Fragrance Company, so give them a shot. And let me know if you tried in the comments below how it went and what are some of your favorite holiday scents. Thanks for watching. Bye.